Monday Night Raw is live in Memphis, Tennessee, and tonight it is January 8th, and they have some very tough competition. They're going up against the College Football National Championship, so I expect our ratings to be bad tonight. They're going against Alabama and Georgia. So, now, with that being said, it's also a good night for WWE because this is the last time they face football. The NFL Monday Night Football was done almost a month ago, but college football was over. All the NFL is all on Saturday, Sunday now, so no more football competition for WWE, and I think that's great because I think that's when the product starts to get good. Once there's no more football competition, they start to heat stuff up with the Royal Rumble. The build up to the Royal Rumble gets really good, and then of course we're on to the road to WrestleMania, which is the hottest part of the company, when the company's at its hottest point of the year. So Roman Reigns comes out, and I'm just thinking to myself, not this fucking guy. Oh man, he's talking about Samoa Joe and how he beat him and how he fought for his brother Dean Ambrose. Okay, we get that he fights for his brother, but it makes Ambrose kind of look like a bitch in my opinion. He's interrupted by Jason Jordan, and Jason Jordan, this whole thing, Rollins comes out later, this whole thing is Jordan wants to be in the Shield, he wants to fit in, yada yada yada. It's just, it's cringeworthy. Jason Jordan was booed heavily. He was booed out of the building. He sucks. He really wants to be a part of their team, and then Reigns and Rollins are like, no, get out of here, loser. He's trying to replace Dean Ambrose, and Jason Jordan's just terrible here. And Rollins is such a dick to him. It's funny, though. Then Kurt Angle comes out. They're interrupted by Finn Balor, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson. So it's the Balor Club. Balor Club, Bullet Club, New Japan had an amazing show on January 4th, which I did see, which was an amazing show. I find it funny how, that all of a sudden, after New Japan's biggest show of the year, wants to do one of the most famous New Japan gimmicks. Even though Finn Balor started the Bullet Club, they immediately want to do this. So, good timing. Anyway, the two were going back and forth. Everyone really wants to see Bullet Club in the Shield, and Kurt Angle comes out. He talks about some of the stuff that's on the show tonight, and he wants to, he makes a match with the main event, and that's it. So you have the Balor Club against Reigns and Rollins, two members of the Shield with Jason Jordan. It's Jason Jordan. Anything he's in makes it shit. So we see Sasha Banks and Bayley walking in the back, and they see Mickie James. So I guess the three of them. Please tell me we're not going to see Absolution against Bayley, Sasha, and Mickie. Please tell me that's not going to happen. Oh my god. It is. It's going to happen. Oh man, this has just been brutal. Absolution sucks. Okay, so what happens is it's Bayley and Sasha teaming up against Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Sonya Deville has a new look, has her hair down. I think she looks a lot better like that. And Mandy Rose, she's there. She's wrestling in a match, and Paige is just. I think that's because Sasha Banks, I think she accidentally injured Paige a week ago at a house show, kicked her really hard in the back. She didn't mean it, but I think that's the reason why Paige still isn't wrestling. So I'm sure Bayley's taking the fall here. Okay, that was a surprise. Sasha Banks makes Mandy Rose tap out with the Banks Demon. Mandy Rose is going to be a big star. They want her to be a star. She's, I think, the blonde Eva Marie. She's going to get a big push later this year. But they had her lose cleanly. Sasha gets the win. It builds up more momentum for Sasha. I don't think she's winning the Rumble at all. But, Bayley's just a complete afterthought. But Sasha Banks, I read some stat that she has, in last year, she had the second or third most wins on TV. That doesn't surprise me, but she always loses the big matches. That's what they do with her. That's why she's a star, but she's not, the superstar that she could have been when she first came in. But so they're doing this thing where they have the announcers talking about who's going to be on the 25th anniversary of Raw, and they're speculating. We see they show Kane attacking Brock. They do a video package for that. So they're doing stuff with Goldust and the cruiserweights. I just don't want to see it. I'm sorry. I like Goldust, but man, that stuff bores me to death. And okay, so I'm gonna skip that. They're really pushing this mixed match challenge. So they announced it debuts tomorrow night after SmackDown. That's good. We'll see what they do there. I know you have Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman, Finn Balor and Sasha Banks. You have Charlotte Flair and Bobby Roode. I think you have Lana and Rusev. We'll see how that works. Then we see Matt Hardy. He's doing a promo with the delete gimmick. He wants to delete everybody. Don't really care. So Woken Matt faces Kurt Hawkins up next. Matt got the win, and you have Bray Wyatt, and they start laughing back and forth. It's just cringeworthy. This rivalry sucks. I don't want to see this anymore. This is just horrible. This is not working. Maybe Brother Nero will come and they can start doing some stuff in the Hardy compound and stuff, but man, Matt and Bray. I think it's just with Bray. Every single thing Bray Wyatt does this year, he brings it down. He brings down every fucking thing he's been in this year. He brought back that last year. Now this year he's on the same pack to bringing down Broken Matt or Woken Matt. He brought down Finn Balor. He brought down Randy Orton. He brought down virtually every single thing he touched. Everything he touched turns to shit. He sucks. He's horrible. I don't want to see him anymore. So who wants to walk with Elias? I love when Elias sings. I just wish you could turn babyface and start singing classic rock songs. Go CDC and sing famous songs. I think that'd be awesome. Anyway, he wants to sing. And then Miz comes out, and the Miz is back. So Marine 6 or whatever is over. Becky Lynch came back on SmackDown last week, so it makes sense. Miz is going off. Miz Taraj is there. He's cutting a long promo here. He's really going after the Shield. He wants his Intercontinental title match, so I guess it's Miz and Roman Reigns the next thing. They show Finn Balor in the back with the Balor Club. Again, they keep talking about Balor Club. It looks like they're turning heel. That'd be kind of cool. So you see Enzo Amore in the back, and he's I guess they're going to keep this Nia Jax thing going on. So it's Enzo and Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight title. They announced it. This is the match. And Cedric Alexander wins by count out. They had Enzo look like he got hurt for real. They tried to sell it off, kind of like Cass did this past last year. They show Nia Jax looking concerned in the back. They do this thing with Nia and Enzo now. Don't really care. So they did this tease when Kurt Angle's talking to a mysterious woman on the phone about who's going to be in the Women's Royal Rumble. I think you'll see Trish and Lita. What I think is going to happen is you're going to see Trish, Lita, a whole bunch of women appear on the Raw 25 show and announce their entrance. And I think that's how you're going to hear about everyone, and I think that's how they're going to do it. So Sheamus and Cesaro are yelling at Kurt for the rematch. I'm so bored by those guys. Those guys bore me to death. Not a fan of the bar. So Miz starts bothering Kurt Angle. He says he wants his rematch for the IC title on the 25th anniversary of Raw, and he gives him the match, and I think that's it. You're getting Miz and Roman Reigns on Raw 25. So we see Mixed Match Challenge, and Miz is teaming up with Asuka. That's kind of cool. It's an odd pairing, I guess. So Asuka's now in the locker room, and Alexa Bliss and her fine ass enters, and she's trying to do this. She's setting up Nia Jax to go after Asuka to be her bodyguard, and I guess the thing with Alexa and Nia was going to be a Shawn Michaels and Diesel kind of thing. I'm afraid Nia Jax is winning the Rumble. I have a bad feeling she is. I think Asuka or Ronda Rousey. I'd rather say Rousey than Jax, to be honest. But I feel like it'll be Rousey or Asuka as the most likely. But it wouldn't shock me to see Nia Jax win. She's probably... I have a, a bad feeling she's winning. And I guess, I don't know what Alexa's teasing. Maybe Asuka had to call Nia fat. If you call Nia fat, she freaks out and acts like a baby on Twitter. So you have Sheamus and Cesaro against Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil with blacked Dana Brooke. Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil win. Good. Maybe, I guess Sheamus is hurt, and maybe they're going to start pushing the bar. Those guys are boring as fuck. But Sheamus is really hurt, so maybe it makes sense to not stop, pushing them to the top team if he has spinal stenosis. So you have Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar in the ring. It's just Heyman. I'm so sick of seeing this. It's just Paul Heyman cutting a good promo, yelling, Brock Lesnar's gonna destroy, yada yada. While Brock jumps around in the ring. He just jumps around. It's just stupid how he does it. And he's talking about, it's kind of cool. He used that cool line, Beast versus Monster versus Machine. That's a cool line. The match is gonna be fucking trash. So after the segment's over, Brock Lesnar is attacked by Kane. They start to fight, and they fight into the back, and they show Braun Strowman. This was awesome. What happened here was one of the best thing of the year. So we've seen this year. My favorite part of WWE in 2018 so far, even though we only had 3 shows. What happens is there's a huge brawl in the back. Braun destroys everyone. He throws Brock over a table, and I think the table breaks by itself or something. It was kind of a botch. And he attacks Kane, and he throws a big case and throws it at Kane. And then what he does is he gets the grappling hook from a case, and he throws it over a scaffold and pulls like this giant structure, this steel structure, on top of Kane and Brock Lesnar. And you heard Paul Heyman yelling at him, "Don't do it." He does it. It's just awesome. So Braun Strowman is just the best thing on Raw. He should win the Royal Rumble. He should beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. That's the direction, but instead it's going to be the golden boy Roman Reigns. Braun Strowman should be their guy. He should be their number one draw, their number one star, but I guess he's not pretty enough for Vince. So they're really hyping it up. They show... they put Brock Lesnar on a stretcher, but Kane walks away. Or Old Glenn. So you have Samoa Joe and Rhino. Joe gets the win, and he gets mad. He announces he's going to be in the Royal Rumble, and he calls out John Cena. So that'd be awesome if they would have a WrestleMania match. Not going to happen, I don't think, but that'd be kind of cool. So you see Nia Jax in the back. Alexa Bliss asks about Enzo, and Alexis then whispers something in Nia's ear or something about what Asuka's calling her. And then, Alexa's trying to be funny, calling about Japanese, and she's trying to get Nia Jax to destroy Asuka because she's obviously lost Asuka last week and she's scared. So they're going to do Asuka and Nia. Nia Jax attacks her and beats the shit out of Nia Jax. Nia Jax beats the shit out of Asuka, and Asuka's hurt, so the match doesn't happen. Again, a tease. I hope Nia's not winning the Rumble. That would suck. So main event's up next. Jordan, Reigns, and Rollins against the Balor Club. That's a surprise. The Balor Club wins. It was actually a decent match. I liked at the end I didn't like at the end, but I'm glad they got the win. Balor got the win over Rollins. And at the end, they were showing the faces yelling at each other, Reigns and Jordan going at it. And then after the match, Miz Taraj comes out, beats them up. Miz beats the shit out of Roman Reigns, lays out Roman Reigns. I guess Miz might win the title back at Raw 25. That's how the show ends, with the Miz Taraj standing over the Shield. So Raw was okay tonight. I thought it was good. I thought the Braun Strowman stuff was awesome, and the Braun Strowman segment made the show worth watching. If you don't even have to watch the show, just watch that segment.